Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Abide in your silence. Recognize the silence first. This silence is our true nature. During action, before action, after action, in waking, dream, sleep, silence prevails all the time. And this silence is not the silence which we call as silence. This is a live silence, an awareness. And there is contentment in this silence. There is bliss in this silence. There is no restlessness, no anxiety. Silence in itself is complete. This awareness which we are is so contented with this silence that it has nothing to do in this world. Once you know this silence, nothing in this world has any attraction, any desire to fulfill, any aversion. From this absolute standpoint, everything is like a mirage. It appears only, but does not exist. Everything comes and goes, just like thoughts. People, things are all images. Everything is changing on this screen of pure awareness. And who is this screen? It is you. You as the silence. Silence is alive, observing, non-reactive, untainted. Once you know your own silence, you know everyone is a silent awareness. And on that silence, people are acting. They are playing a role. So, in all your honesty, in all your knowledge, you know, and everyone knows that they are absolute awareness. Except that you know that what you see as water is a mirage, but they are still in delusion. Because their attention is in the projection, not into the substratum. Even for a fraction of second, if your 100% attention is on awareness, you will see this whole transient world is just a projection. Without any reality. Even for a fraction of a second, if you abide in this silence, you are free. And once you know mirage as mirage, whether it stays or goes away, it can never deceive you. You're out of the delusion forever. Pay attention to this awareness, pure awareness. Which is not involved in anything. You can still play your role as father, brother, sister, mother, employee, employer. But first thing first, know your true self and then keep playing your role. Know that you are nothing. You are not this body mind complex, and all jobs and relations coming out of this body mind is nothing to do with you. This body and mind are playing this role. You are just an observer. All our attachments to things, all our joys and sufferings are when we think we are this body mind. We don't think we are playing a role. We think we are this. The one who thinks he's playing a role will never get attached, like an actor in a movie, a person acting in drama or theater, because he knows he's just playing a role. Once you know and once you abide as pure awareness, whatever role is being given by God or your own destiny or your own karma, you're completely disentangled from it. And, and this eternal peace will dawn on you. You're outside joy and suffering. And once you know the reality, you know forever. Whether you live in this body or the next or never, doesn't matter. This is the only task we need to do before leaving this body. That we are not this body. And if you put all your energy into it, you will be free in no time. Clear all your doubts about this and then put all your energy, all your attention to this silence within. No thought belongs to you. No emotion belongs to you. All judgments, analyzing, likes, dislikes, everything belongs to the body mind. Whatever you can perceive, nothing belongs to you. Everything you perceive belongs to the matter. Matter is destructible and sooner or later will turn into dust. Don't show love for the dust. The moment you leave this body becomes dust. You are the life. Your presence is keeping this body alive. You are impersonal. Awareness has no name, no form. It appears to take a form through which it speaks. and it pervades everywhere, in everything, from the smallest insect to the human being. But in some beings, it is a thick veil, thick covering. In a tree, in a stone, in a small insect, the awareness appears to be less. And this path of evolution, its manifestation is maximum in human beings. This is natural evolution of consciousness. But after that, further evolution of consciousness depends on the person mode, on the individual, to understand, to grasp, and to transcend the mind, transcend the ego, and attain the absolute truth. You can't blame a tree, an animal, that they are not evolving. They all are on auto mode. But once you get a birth as human being, now it's your responsibility. It's your practice, your perseverance, your interest. This is the last stage. To go from known to unknown, to move from destructible to indestructible, eternal. You have to take this flight. Longing to know the Absolute, yearning to do that, intense desire to do that. Paying attention to the Absolute without any interest in anything else. Complete dispassion with intense longing and ongoing practice with patience will bring the result very, very quickly. We all are that pure awareness without any difference between you, me, and others. Others are all images like mirage. They come and go. How many people are born and how many every day die? All this phenomena is like waves on the ocean. Doesn't affect the ocean. We are that ocean. Ocean of absolute bliss. Yes, we all belong to the same substrata. We all are one. There is no difference. We all are like one body. How can we harm each other? Nobody harms their own body. Only a troubled mind does self mutilation, self harm. Who will harm the other body? Only a troubled mind. Knowing this, you can't harm even an insect. It is the all pervading awareness in everything, without any difference. For awareness, an insect or a human being, there is no difference. Awareness is impartial. It is not advocate of human beings and neglect an insect. It is like sunshine falling equally on everyone. Same is us as awareness. We are not advocate of the body through which we speak. We are advocate of everything, or advocate of nothing. This pure essence is nothing but love. Unconditional love for everything. As everything is projection from this pure awareness. And this pure awareness is like a big net, all pervading. And we all are part of the same awareness. And so we all are one without any difference. Then how can we say, who is my family, who is my friend, who is my enemy? Once you know this truth, your own experiential understanding, you can still keep playing the role from this body mind complex. But your unbroken peace will stay with you all the time. Your love for all the beings will stay all the time. You will be fearless as you know you are not the body mind. You are the eternal awareness which doesn't come and go, and nothing goes wrong with it. It is unborn and so never dies, and it never goes anywhere. It is just expressing itself through this body mind complex for a very, very short time. Usually around 100 years out of the eternal manifestation which is beyond time and space. Give away the small self called ego. Surrender this ego to the absolute truth which you are. Sacrifice the small self to attain the absolute. It's not even a sacrifice. You're giving away the dust to get the eternal jewel. Be a good businessman. You are pure awareness, eternal, unborn, blissful, living in all the bodies, giving energy to the body, life to it, but not acting, not playing, not projecting, just observing, just watching as a pure witness. Not losing your sleep, no suffering, without any restlessness. Never talk like an ego. Be grounded in this self always. Stay like nothing. No importance to your own self. No importance to this body mind complex. No more than any insect or any plant or any other human being. Nothing in this world can disturb your peace, your bliss. If you don't operate from the ego mode, complete surrender to this pure awareness. Surrender your ego, surrender your desires, surrender your likes and dislikes, and be free, be empty, be more empty than even the word empty means. Full of humility, humbleness. Acting intuitively rather than planning and judging and analyzing. With complete faith in the pure awareness. Moving with the flow, accepting everything which comes, accepting everything with folded hands, whether it's an apparent joy or sorrow to the body-mind complex. No complaints. Live your life as you have no rights. You don't have to say anyone. It is your own understanding as pure awareness. In the hospital where I work, I was sharing with James the other day. There are posters which say, we have the right to expect respect. Right? Who has given us this right? Expect. Expectation is the root cause of all sufferings. And respect. Who needs respect in our own self? Is it the Absolute who is begging for respect? Is the pure awareness, source of everything, is begging for respect from ego minds? Who is expecting respect? And who has the right? Who can understand this? Who has the right? Who has expectations? Who desires respect? The fake ego. Whenever we feel hurt, when we have resistance to things happening around us, when we have this feeling of suffering, all these indicate that some part of ego is still there to go, to burn, to surrender. You don't need any outside source to tell you whether the ego is still there or not. And this is the gift of God to us, to tell us that something needs to be finished. And so some more work needs to be done. Continue doing this work, paying attention to awareness. And soon you will be left with awareness, without ego. The only obstacle to know God is your own ego. In path of spirituality, There can be risk, ego can get inflated by thinking that you are a bhakta, you are a jnani, you are a yogi. Always remember yourself as nothing, nothing. You are nothing. Who can say that you are bhakt or yogi or jnani if there is no one to say? If the house is empty, no one is living there. Yes, there used to be a person by a name, and if someone knocks on your door, you can tell them he is dead, he is no more there. People might come back to talk to you with their grudges. You had a fight 20 years back with someone. He comes back. Tell him or her that that person is dead. You have come to the wrong address. No one lives here. Live your life like this, in complete emptiness. No friends, no enemies, nothing personal. No desire for any respect. No desire for nothing. Egolessness is godliness. You are this absolute, which some people call God, without any difference. Everything belongs to you. You are everything. But when you look within, you are nothing. Formless awareness. How does this absolute manifest? As silence, with unconditional love as its fragrance, in a deep peace all the time. Body goes through awakening, dream, and sleep. Awareness stays the same without any change. You are that pure awareness. And always remember this truth: God, Guru, Self. There is no difference in any of these terms. And to know your true self, people can only point you. You are responsible to act on those pointers and abide as pure self. Onus lies on you. All the credit comes to you, and the grace which brings this is your own grace. There is no middleman. It is in humbleness, in humility. We give credit to the Guru, but you are Guru. Yourself is Guru. And it is the grace of the self. Respect it, adore it, pay attention to it, love it, and become that. You are always that. Because we have not paid attention to it, we start behaving like a mind-body complex, with proud, with ego. The moment you look internally, ego drops in shame. Mind dissolves into the absolute. And you're left with nothing, nothing at all. And this nothingness leads to pure bliss. And in this body, once you know your true nature, you feel so light and free. It is exactly the same feeling when you have just passed your exams and you're still in the same year, and the next term has to start sometime later. So there is no work to be done, no more studies, No more assignments. No teaching going on in the classes. The classes are empty, full of fun and relaxed. This is the state of Jivan Mukta, who is free from all the things which life brings on, joys and sorrows. He has finished the exam. Nothing else needs to be done. He knows nothing he could do to complete himself or herself. And nothing taken out from him or her will cause any deficiency. He knows he is absolute. Finish this task. Pay respect to the truth within and leave everything. All the songs of praise, bhajans, mantra are all for your own self. There is nothing apart from you. Om Shanti Shanti.